So Evander Kane and Jake Paul.
No, I want to talk about this.
So first off, is this shit for real? Are they actually going to fight? And because I can't imagine that Evander Kane can do that because of the fact that probably, you know, assuming there's a season, around the time he wants to fight, which is early September, that's training camp. Mm-hmm. And he's going to go to a boxing ring and then show up at training camp?
No, so there's two things there. One, in the collective bargaining agreement, Evander Kane, unless he wants to be in breach of contract, would have to ask the San Jose Sharks for permission to get into a punch-in-the-face contest with someone who has 2 punch-in-the-face wins, which they will absolutely not allow.
But if I'm Evander Kane and Triller is like, hey, we're going to pay you $25 million to go fight Logan Paul, I'm like, fuck my hockey career. He's like, give me a $25 million check. I'm going to,
you know what?
Whatever my contract. You know?
Jesse's onto something. This could be a brilliant introduction to a far more lucrative career. Here's the problem, Jesse. He's not going to get that kind of money. Roy Jones Jr. got 3. Evander Kane's not getting shit.
Well,
Mike Tyson got 10.
I think, honestly, this sucks to say, but Jake Paul's bigger than Roy Jones Jr.
In terms of draw, right?
Bigger.
In terms of
worth more money.
No one watched Roy Jones versus Mike Tyson for the boxing. Get out of here. You wanted to
just
see
thought that no one watched.
50-plus-year-olds get
no one watched.
People did watch that.
I watched.
Over the week on Saturday.
Really?
It did numbers, yeah. On paper.
I'm not gonna lie. So I watched a video while I was doing something else, like I had it on, and then this flurry of commentary came on, and I was, what the hell? So I watched a video. It auto played to an illegal stream.
Oh,
I was just like, what? And it was right before the Jake Paul Nate Robinson fight.
Oh.
It was it was the biggest stroke of luck. I was like, okay, well, I wasn't planning on watching it. I was just going to follow along on Twitter, but I guess I'll watch it.
Well, I think, you know, Jake Paul is, you can hate him and I don't blame you. The guy,
You're right.
The guy, it's 1.2 million pay-per-view buys at $49 each. It's not too bad.
And how much of that was Jake Paul?
Siri, what's 1.2 million times 50? $60 million.
Thank you, Siri.
Not a bad take home. Plus Tyson advertising.
Yeah.
10 of that.
You know?
Yep.
You got to hire Snoop Dogg.
Plus, if the world's back open, you sell tickets.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
you could turn that into a $100 million event.
That's $100 million after a Saturday night.
Easy.
You know?
Easy.
So where this all comes from, by the way. So basically, Jake Paul beats Nate Robinson in a boxing match. We can talk about that. And then Evander Kane is one of several professional athletes to say, oh, I'd beat his ass. I'd beat him up. Logan Paul gets, well, and then he said something sexist talking to Ryan Reeves and Robin Leonard. But there was I can't even remember what he said. It wasn't nice. Anyway, then Logan Paul was on a podcast and he sees that Evander Kane called out Jake Paul.
Do you want me to play it?
Sure, absolutely.
Yes, he's with his mom, isn't he?
I was wondering who that was.
I don't know who it is.
I think it's his mom.
Really?
Does he do a podcast with his mom?
I think so.
I would if I was
with that.
Him.
Dude, I gotta be honest. I don't follow them because I can't. Like I just can't.
I don't.
All right, here's the audio.
Okay.
Evander Kane. San Jose Sharks. What now? What is that exactly? Like, says some sort of fish, an aquatic animal, who lives in San Jose. Huh?
Yo, Jake Paul, I'd wreck you.
Yo, Jake Paul, I'd wreck you. Easy to beat up guys with no experience and much smaller. What the f you do? I think he's sure. Put him on the list. Put him. I'll do it. Does Jake Paul versus Evander Kane? Is that a headline fight? How many buys does that get? How many people?
Not that
no,
many.
right?
I don't know who Evander Kane is.
No, exactly. So
there's your answer.
And that's no disrespect.
Or does he does he just do it because he'll get another fantastic knockout?
No.
Especially if he's is he an active?
Yes.
And is okay. So when is he going to train boxing? We'll go through it again. I'll put
what I'm saying. It's not gonna happen.
$250,000 down this time.
So this $250,000.
He's dropping it. Well, that's just on betting, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's your answer right there. Beyond the fact that Evander Kane would probably be in breach of contract. Although he could say, fuck my contract, like Jesse said. Beyond the fact that he would be in breach of contract, why on earth? Nate Robinson is a far bigger name in retirement than Evander Kane is in the prime of his career. He is. So there's no reason for that. You
almost a slam dunk competition. Like he's a household. He's a big name.
Yeah.
I hate to say this, but like, why would a YouTuber waste their time on an NHLer?
Yeah, exactly.
And Logan Paul, I think, was making a terrible joke when he's like, "Oh, the San Jose Sharks, what is that?" I do genuinely believe that person who lives in California does not know what the San Jose Sharks are. I do genuinely believe that.
Yeah,
when I went to California, I was looking for hockey stuff. I was looking for like a classic Ducks hat, and I went to a hat store and you could get every hat in the entire world. And there was like one little corner. There was like Sharks, Ducks, Kings. And that was it. That was it. Like, and you really had to look for it. No, they don't care. They don't care. So there's that. Do we want to bother talking about who would win?
Adam, your internet's really spotty right now.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I couldn't tell if you said something.
You're calculating.
Okay. No, I sort of half said something. I think it just speaks to what Brian Burke was saying, which is you better play this season because that would be bad if you don't. Like, you're just barely tenuously hanging on to some of those American markets. Maybe not in LA, but you gotta play. Mm-hmm. So I guess, do we want to talk about who would win? I don't know if I know enough about boxing or care, to be honest. Like, I don't know if I can passionately talk about this subject. If you guys have a passion,
I don't think I could passionately talk about it, but
the floor is yours.
No,
okay.
It's a celebrity boxing match. Do you remember when we were kids and they used to run celebrity boxing on Friday nights?
That was insane.
That was crazy.
Same shit, except for older. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
They had.
It is an old format.
Yeah. So some of the matches that they had were absolutely outrageous, but I do find it very funny that Jake Paul, who did knock out a former professional athlete, everyone's like, "Oh man, this guy's a real deal." He has not fought someone with a professional fight before.
Yeah,
he has. Listen,
he's not the real deal.
Probably beat you or I. He's a better boxer than you or I, but that doesn't mean he's good. It barely means he's a professional boxer.
He's not boxing champ right now. I'll give him that. Like,
sure,
that's a good way of putting it. I don't even know the first person he beat, by the way.
You want to see something fun?
I'd like
YouTuber, 55-year-old Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. There you go. There's a fight I'd watch.
I'd watch that.
I'd watch the hell out of that.
I'd watch all 8 seconds of it for sure.
Yeah, I think Mike would win.
It might be less.
On technique alone, I think he'd win.
Probably.
On punches alone. Jake could block him and still get wrecked. But
yeah,
it's what the whole conversation around this, especially Jake Paul or Logan Paul, it doesn't matter, versus Evander Kane, and just seeing people talk about it. A lot of people have never been in a fight before, and just looking at how they talk about it, thank God you haven't, because you have no idea. You have absolutely no idea. Evander Kane is a professional athlete, and he's been in hockey fights before. It's not the same as a boxing match, you nutcase. It's nowhere near. If it was a fitness competition, Nate Robinson would have killed Jake Paul. He would have killed him. Evander Kane would kill him. Mm-hmm. If it was a hockey fight, Evander Kane would kill him. Of course he would. But it's a boxing match, and it's completely different. It takes more than being a tough nut. It takes more than being in great shape. That so many people have a really in-depth opinion on this who have never been in a fight, and thank God, because you die.
All right. This is what we've all been waiting for.
Okay.
1 year of training. You guys are both only doing boxing training. Who wins? Adam Wilde or Steve Dangle?
Well, I got a shitty back. Adam's got a shitty jaw.
He's got the back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Bad back, bad jaw.
That's a tough one.
I think Steve wins the press conference for sure. He's gonna when we do the weigh-in, Steve's gonna win that one. He's better at John than I am for sure.
Well, when we do the weigh-in, Steve's gonna lose because he'll go over.
Right.
So already I'm giving up a bunch of my purse to Adam. So that's tough. Jesse
would have to stand in the middle with his token hand between both of us as we went nose to nose. It's a big hand.
Jesus.
Bigger than that looked like a gigantic spider, Jesse. That was a big hand.
It looked like you held up something you bought at a baseball game.
Yeah. That's a big hand.
What's this? There's something in the air. A Jack Skellington hand.
I got that. It's a good one. I think you win that. I don't know, man. I think it's a toss up. Like it depends on if Steve's backs out, I for sure win.
Oh, you whoop his ass.
But I think Steve's got more power than I do, and I don't have a whole lot of technique. So what does that leave me with?
No, you have a year of training though.
I know, but if we're both training at the same rate, our relative skill will probably increase the same. I don't
unless you work harder.
Unless I work harder.
You're the best.
I don't know. I feel like Steve wins this one. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give it to Steve.
Okay.
I'd also be worried about my fake teeth.
In a fight between Adam and I, who wins? The cringe subreddit.
That's true. Good point. Yes.
No matter who wins, it's them.
Everyone loses. Everyone.
Yeah, man. People were making fun of Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr.
Oh, we would get killed.
Imagine.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh my god. It's if you've ever just looked up random street fight on YouTube. Oh, don't give me that look like you've never been on World Star. Shut up. If the vast majority of people have no idea what they're doing and it looks sad. You're always like, you all imagine you would get into a fight like friggin' Goku and you're, it's just no one knows how to throw a punch. It's all these overhand punches. It's, oh God, watching the average person fight is sad.